the director was also the animator. He came from a very heavy animation background and has since shifted to directing commercials. But on this one, he wanted to take the animation component for himself, and we are going to call him. His name is Clay Greenhall. He is based up in Jacksonville, so that also kind of helped with the relationship with the client, and he's going to dive into all the animations that were integrated into this project, including the Jaguar, or otherwise known as the cat. So you not only were the director on the spot, but you also handled the animation components. So in terms of that Jaguar, that lovely Jaguar and all that energy, what was your motivation? What was kind of the core elements of what you were going for?
Well, our client wanted very believable and, very, well done work on it. Obviously we were working on a bit of a time crunch and had to, I also kind of wanted to go back to very old school compositing techniques. We didn't have the luxury of, say, like having a character animation studio per se work on like 3D for it. So we found a variety of just practical shots of the cats in, whether it's in, zoos or actually in the wild. We found some resources to get that, and then wanted to really perfect sort of traditional rotoscoping. I probably spent the first darn near week of the project working just on getting a really good cutout, a good roto of the cat that appears in one of the opening shots, and then the signature shot of the piece is the shot with all four Farahs and the cat, and that's actually the very first shot I worked on, because from that really kind of birthed the look and feel of the entire piece.
Yeah, and that was actually our day one, which I just kind of talked about. And it's funny how day one was just two shots. It was just the Dana Dolly push in with the four Farahs and the cat. We had to account for the cat in our height. So I remember walking up to that region and just kind of putting my hand up. We had a tape measure, and we're like, okay, that's give or take 2 or 3 inches. That's roughly where the top of the cat's head's gonna be. The cat is whatever, a foot wide or whatever our measurements were. So we really had to account for this ghost at the time when we were filming, this ghost cylindrical area of like, okay, this is going to be the edge of his left, edge of the right. But yeah, I mean, it was nice that our day one was just those two shots. Like, it made a world of difference. What was your favorite Jaguar? What was your favorite cat? Because there was what, five shots that had the cat in it?
That sounds about right.
4, maybe 5? What was your favorite one?
Well, that final one really is probably my favorite. I guess the second one is probably just like when the energy activates from the Farah lobby. Because I was like, we need the cat. The idea is the cat's kind of helping be the source of that.
Yep.
So I needed to find a shot of, a cat kind of engaging with something moving.
Yep.
So that shot, I looked through countless. That is a shot of an animal. It's either in the wild or in a very wild enclosure in some park somewhere. But that one, like, and then there were all kinds of tweaks, like which way it was facing. It had to be flipped, and like, there was a lot of warping effects used to get it to look. And then that actually, I think, was the first shot after I worked on the final shot. And the energy systems, that was that was a good parlor trick, I should say, because typically, like, for years, when I've done all kinds of things with energy fairy dust, particles, sparkles, things like that. I usually use trap code particular, and I ran into a little bit of a hiccup last summer because my computer at that point
That's
was
right.
8 years old, and newer versions in particular, I was having issues getting it to work. And then considering how, many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of particles would be required to create an effect like that, never mind that we've also got like camera tracking happening, and time was not on our side on problem solving for that. So the trade secret on that was all done with Video Copilot's saber effect, which creates really nice energy particle lightsaber looks. Oh yeah, and then I forgot, there's also like the shock waves, and then the light. One of the requests from Jules at Farah was having some reflectivity of light in the water, like
and throughout the sky as well.
Yeah, so there was a lot of that was created with like fractal noise effects, with kind of wiggling the exposure of those. So there's that, and then there's a bunch of shockwave elements to kind of help further motivate like the energy, make it a little more larger than life.
Plenty, and we're hoping to do it again here soon.